Tuli Maya is blind. Without her vision, she can no longer farm, and her family risks going hungry. For centuries, the only option for people like Tuli Maya was to accept a life of blindness. But now, somebody's changing that. I'm Nicholas Kristof. I've come here to Nepal, a country still struggling from this year's earthquake, to visit a public health legend.
Hey,
Dr. Ruit.
Thanks for
coming.
Such
a pleasure to see you.
Dr. Sanduk Ruit may have restored sight to more people than anyone else in history.
We claim that the visual outcome is as good as anywhere in the world.
Wow. He's bringing inexpensive eye surgery to poor people with cataract blindness. And not just a few. He has personally cured more than 100,000 Nepalis and counting. People have come from around the region, some of them trekking all day to attend an eye surgery festival put on by Dr. Ruit and his organization, the Himalayan Cataract Project. Over just 2 days, Dr. Ruit and his team operate on more than 100 people. It's an assembly line of hope.
Dr. Ruit, we brought you a patient. This is Tuli Maya.
Tuli Maya.
So what are you doing now?
You know, Nick, I'm opening the gateway to the eye. There's a membrane that I'm opening. There are not many medical interventions where the investment is so straight and the return is so straight. I know the patient is going to see very well tomorrow. I'll get you to have a look at the nucleus.
That is the cataract that was making her blind.
Cataracts cause half of all blindness worldwide. In places like America, removing them is no big deal. In fact, my mother just had the surgery this summer. But the standard operation is much too expensive for places like Nepal. So Dr. Ruit created a grassroots network that screens villagers for cataracts, then gathers them together for surgery all at once. His biggest innovation was simplifying that surgery so it costs just $25 per eye.
That's it, so a few minutes per eye and you're done?
A system like this would never have been developed in the West, where it's just not necessary. And now that he's proven it in Nepal, Dr. Ruit is helping bring it to Africa, meaning a heroic doctor who has already cured hundreds of thousands may soon be responsible for curing millions more, allowing them to see again, work again, and get their lives back. 24 hours later, it's the moment of truth.
All right.
How many fingers am I holding up? 3.
Yeah, you can go.
Very good. I know that critics say that giving the Winter Olympics to Beijing is a bad idea.
Beijing.
They see it as rewarding and legitimizing a brutal and a repressive government in the midst of a crackdown. It's certainly true that after 2008, Beijing didn't emerge as the more democratic country we might have liked to see. But it's also true that giving the Winter Olympics to Beijing creates a force for greater accountability, for supporting civil society. Look, as a young foreign correspondent, I covered South Korea back in the 1980s, and I saw firsthand the way the 1988 Seoul Olympics helped bring democracy to South Korea, and that ushered in free elections and the democracy that we have in South Korea today. I can't say the same is going to happen in China, but on balance, it seems to me that this can be a positive for human rights in China.